I'm having a strong moment of, is this so dumb?
This workbook is great and all of the writing vlogs are wonderful, but sometimes it just feels like it's not made for me.
This feeling is why I write. Hello, everyone. If you don't know already, my name is Chelsea Utek, expat and speculative fiction writer, and this is week 4 of my new project, and therefore this new vlog series as well that aims to follow my project from blank page to shelf, bookshelf or metaphorical shelf once we've given up on a book. I need to find a more positive way to say that. I have not written in my project yet today, but I did my workbook activities. I'm starting a practice of morning pages and free writes and those sorts of things to really get me back in the zone of working on writing in the morning. That's when I'm the most productive, but I let other tasks always get in the way. And that's something I would like to change starting this week. Not today, because it is 1 p.m. today. So I'm taking my lunch break from my regular work. I started work a little bit early today, and I'm ready for a break from it. So I've just finished a free write in my writer's notebook, and it got some ideas flowing for my current project. So I'm going to hop in and do some of that this morning before I take off for a much more social day than I initially planned for. I have a coffee date grabbing my family from school, and then Dungeons and Dragons. So keeping it real nerdy, writing some sci-fi, then going to Dungeons and Dragons. So, all right, let's do a little bit of writing. It got very hot. This is not a new day. It's just a new shirt. I need to leave kind of right away to not be late and walk very quickly. But I got very in the zone, very into this scene. Those writing exercises in the morning have really given me a more clear picture of this other main character. And so this conversation is going so smoothly. And I also just love writing dialogue so much. And they're in a talk show right now, so all dialogue all the time. And I have just passed 10,000 words, which is what my goal was before I left, and which is why I pushed it so close to needing to be there already. But I think it's a good way to start my Monday. I don't really have a particular word goal this week, although I would be lying if 15 didn't feel like a really good number. So maybe I'll shoot for that 15 mark. The other goals I have is to keep up this morning pages practice, this waking up and writing first thing. So I've reorganized my morning routine a little bit to try to do that and prioritize that a little bit more. We'll see how that goes. Does that mean I move straight into working on my novel a little bit, or is that just a brain dump for the morning and I leave some of my novel work for a little bit later in the morning? So we will see how that goes, and I will pick up a little bit more, I guess tomorrow. But anybody else who writes just want to go into their cave and not leave and just live with their characters for a little bit, that's where I'm at right now.
Today has been a slow day, just overall. I was slow to wake up, slow to get ready, slow to do my work. I think a lot of the difficulty is in being overtaxed, I think is the right word. I feel like the work in keeping just the house going and the work in my professional life and the task that I'm asking my body to do, it's just all a lot, and it leaves me a little bit frustrated. This workbook is great and all of the writing vlogs are wonderful, but sometimes it just feels like it's not made for me. All of these rituals and routines that seem to assume endless time and guarantee consistent routines, and then I get frustrated when I can't match up. I think I need a little bit of coziness. I think I need a little bit of relaxation and warmth and slowness, so I'll make a cozy meal that I enjoy. I have garlic pasta and a salad, and I've got the ingredients for an apple cobbler, and I think I just need an easier day today. It is Thursday, and it is the second day in a row that I did writing the moment that I woke up, which has both days been the only time that I've done any writing. My son stayed home sick from school today, which means that when my husband got home, he took over and I started doing work. Yeah, I'm inching towards 11,000 words, but it was 200 words written yesterday for my novel. More written for just this morning pages activity that I do quite like, but it's hard seeing such slow progress, and it's really hard when writing has to be the lowest on my priority list. Tiny human and employment win out. I do not need to spend another minute on woe is me. I'm going to sit and I'm going to do a little bit of writing. Hopefully tomorrow my son goes to school, and I'll be able to do my work as usual and try to catch back up and spend a little time writing, but I'll take what I can get right now, and any words or progress. And that's what I need to remind myself. My husband, having watched the last video, felt guilty and replaced my dino gummies, my sour candies. So I'm going to snack on some of those and do a little bit of writing. Oh my goodness. So my sour candies did their job, not the specific job that I wanted them to. But I got,
60 words. I don't know. I'm pretending that I don't know. Got 54 words in my novel, and something else just hit me. And instead of smushing it down, I don't know that this could ever be a story, but it's just flowing freely. So I've set my computer aside and I'm just writing by hand, and to just give into the flow of it. And if this just continues and I don't write in my novel today, I'm okay with that. This feeling is why I write. Of course, I would love to be published one day and to see my books on shelves, and but really that's just a way to give me more time to do this and to like sit in this feeling that I feel like I used to always experience as a teenager, where I would just completely fall into something and it's so invigorating. It is 5:30 in the morning, and this has been the only time, for the most part, for the past couple days that I've been able to get my writing done. So even though I'm not feeling particularly fresh on this morning, I'm gonna try to make most of that time and open with this morning pages activity, get some writing in that way. Okay, now that I'm warmed up a little bit, I'm going to write into Scrivener, but I need to make sure nothing else is open or it will distract me. I could have very easily got sucked into research because one of the activities was to give a character, one of these characters that I discovered through the workbook activities, an address. Oh my gosh, is that so fun? Her apartment is very cute, for those of you concerned about that. Yeah, I'm just about at 500 words today, which takes me over 11,000 for the total count. I'm going to enjoy the progress that I have made, and go into the weekend hopefully with the chance to do a little bit more writing. Today is Saturday, almost the end of the week, and I'd really like to get more written than I currently have. We spent a lovely day hiking up to a castle and checking out a second castle that was, to our dismay, not open. But it was a really great day, getting out of the city, getting out into nature. So I felt quite inspired to come back and write. And then my son napped for 10 minutes in the car and decided that was plenty. So rugby is on, which means I finally have a little bit of alone time late in the afternoon between the not napping and my husband having a bachelor party to attend today. It's very little time, but I'm going to use the time that I have and really try to get through. There was a brief distraction when I realized, thanks to my bulletin board, let's make sure I don't have any other ones. Nope, still good. That one of the journals opened for submissions day before yesterday, and the window is only 5 days. So I sent that in really quickly, but now I am ready to focus in a little bit and see what kind of writing I can get done. I'm not going to talk to anybody or let anyone in this room or check anything on my phone for the next hour. 11,061 words. Okay. I know you can do this. Why the setting of my other world came so much easier than this one. This is really challenging me. I don't think I have a clear enough image of my setting to do this like word sprint. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip this bit. Now that I'm like going through my head, it just feels really forced. I'm gonna write the next scene. And I'm going to write the next scene by hand. We'll try that. Well, yeah, maybe that's what I need. I need a change of location. I need a change of medium, and write by hand. This week, there were a lot of challenges that I didn't foresee at all. And one thing that I'm finding I'm really good at is planning ahead for issues and really considering how to prevent difficulties from arising. But there are some things that are just not preventable. And what I've realized I'm very bad at is adapting to those things. I am still in the mindset, or I still have this idea that I have a lot of flexibility. And if I just control myself more, then everything's going to go smoothly or more smoothly. If I just have routines, and if I just have to-do lists, and if I just have plans and goals, then everything else will follow, but that's not the case. So writing as a parent is definitely different. My friend got me a signed copy of a book that I really love. I had read School for Good Mothers on my Kobo, on my e-reader, but really wished that I had a physical copy, as I always do when I really enjoy a book. And she went to see Jessamine Chan do a reading, and my friend asked, is there anything you want me to ask her? I wanted to know about writing as a mother. And my friend didn't ask the question because she didn't have to. And it just came up naturally, which makes me feel all the more validated that this writer who writes beautifully, is published now, said that it took her years to really feel like she got back to herself after having small children. And I'm not saying all of this to dwell on it too much, but I'm saying it because I am trying to learn to be a little more flexible and say that it's not just me that is having this issue. I'm still in this feeling of needing to catch up on not just writing but work, and I'm gonna let that go. I had said a crazy number for writing this week. In a normal week, perhaps it wasn't a crazy number, but for this week, asking myself to write 5,000 words was not going to happen. So I know I have not reached that, not even close. But what I'm going to do for myself tonight is just try to chase that feeling that I found earlier in the week. And I'm happy that I was editing some of this video so that I could relive that a little bit and say, that's what I'm looking for right now, and that's what I need right now. And it's, inspiration doesn't always come, but if you can find it and if you can write it, then you ought to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore words. I'm going to ignore writing well, even, or writing usefully. This idea that even if I can't count the words, eventually I'll be able to, I want to put all of that aside. So I'm just going to write by hand for a little bit, say my goodbyes now, and end this week with a relaxed writing session, hopefully just for the joy of writing, and open up again tomorrow in the new week with a bit of freshness and hopefully a bit of kindness too. It's all part of the process, and I know that setback weeks are going to happen, and I'm going to end it on a positive note. So thanks guys for watching, and hope to see you next week.